Well, good evening, guys. Welcome to what is a very tasty round one matchup in a brand new tournament. If you've not heard about it, it is a $645 sponsored 1v1 tournament. But the difference is here, it's going to be with 20k starting cash. So I don't think this has ever been done before. And already we've seen some interesting games, some interesting matchups. And not just that, we're also having this tournament on a bunch of brand new maps. Hello everyone in the chat. Hello Lucas there. Hope you're doing good. So just so you guys are up to speed with this, if you've not heard about this tournament, I'm going to briefly just show the bracket and what's happening and the format and the sponsors, and then we'll jump into the games very swiftly. So changing screen. Alrighty, so here we go. There is the prize split. Big shout out to Boer, who has sponsored, you'll remember, the 2v2 All-Stars. He's also contributed towards the top 6 Yota Nation, this one, and the 2v2 tournament going on at the moment. aka Baloney, I call him the Don. He's sponsored this as well. Oxygen, legend, sponsored as well. Alfie Ace chipping in, and Jazz as well. So that is the kitty at the moment. We've got our game 1 mirrors on a designated map. We are going to be in round 1 here, so we've got a China mirror on Battleship Bay, and there is an active battleship on that map. We'll point it out when we jump into the game, which the players can capture. It will then go into random reverse with the losing player picking the map. We had a 64 player sign up for this. Lots of familiar names. The Fargos, the Shays, etc. But on top of that, we've also had a lot of 50k players sign up. Your Tumsteps, but also your Jazzers. So it is an interesting one. Your Mamos as well. To see how the 50k players will fare against the 10k players. So far, there's been one instance of this, and that's Hummy against Boer, and Hummy looking like the 10k players have got the edge in this 20k format. We are focusing on this part of the bracket, BoYcaH versus Tensor. The winner will be going up against Dominator, so for a round 2, that's probably the pick of the round 2 ties as well. But yeah, I mean, I do think a lot of the, if you like, favourites are still nicely spread out. You've got Marikar on the south side of the bracket here. You've got Shay and Fargo up there a little bit. You've got Tumstep up here. You've got Staz up here. Lift Truck putting in some good performances at the moment. Mojo, Jojo, Apo. So, yeah, I think it has been a good spread. This was just a pure random draw. Didn't seed it because when it's a first time 20k format, it's hard to sort of rank people. So, yeah, if the sponsors like this, if the viewers like this, then maybe there'll be more in the future. We can actually put some seeds in there, like you see, for example, for the World Series. So without further ado, let's hop into the game. I think the players are ready. BoYcaH has hosted. And there we go. They've already selected China versus China. Alright, BoYcaH's going to let me host. We think Tensor is from Iceland or Sweden. Something Scandinavian based. So whether it's better with me, I don't know. Usually I offer fairly decent latency. So we'll check it out. Hey Dale, how you doing? Tensor, always a little bit of a dark horse. He ran Fargo very close in the World Series, actually. And, yeah, anytime he's sort of rocked up, he's put in a good performance, whether that's team, 1v1, World Series, whatever. Hello, Apex. So, yeah, let's see what he can do here. We start in the bottom left with Tensor, and he is in the cyan colour with the vanilla China. And in his traditional red, you'll recognise him in that colour, is of course BoYcaH, also with the vanilla China. And yeah, if you've not seen this map before, here is the battleship. So that battleship can actually be captured, and the DPS that it releases is a bit like a level 1 artillery, which you'll know from the China general points. And I actually think this is a pretty key area of the map, because you've got 2 bunkers or buildings here. You can bunker this off, and there's a supply here. And not only that, this battleship can actually shoot cross-map into the fog, and it can blow this dam. And if you blow that dam, I'm pretty sure that all of this sort of area here is flooded. So stuff like this, what Tensor's doing right now, would be kind of totally like irrelevant, because you can just blow the dam and wreck it basically. Yeah, so let's see what the players are going for. Build orders are still getting figured out in this matchup. BoYcaH's gone for 3 dozers, 3 supplies, 2 war factories. He's adding an airfield as well. He's actually got a 4th dozer up there. 4 dozers seem to be what is being figured out as the thing to do. Tensor, meanwhile, got 2 war factories and an airfield at home, going for a little bit of an oil grab here. A little bit of a bunker set up in the middle. That's quite nice. Will deflect the flamer. But neither player actually prioritising sealing that area off. But Tensor is looking to capture the battleship. The battleship is actually not very tanky, by the way, so it can be taken out. Nice bit of map features here, building into the rocks. That's something you're getting with these new maps. They are very pretty. No game relevance whatsoever, other than a little bit of a path blocker, but certainly very nice to look at. So the battleship has been captured, and he's using it. Where is he using it? He's using it to blow the dam, okay. And it is blowing the dam, and we're getting to see this 2 minutes 30 seconds into the game. The dam has been blown. What is happening here? Ah, there we go. So this area actually gets flooded. I wondered which area got flooded. Okay, so actually it just deletes this supply. That's interesting. So I think Tensor's prepped then a bit here, because I didn't know that. I actually, I've not really looked too much at these maps. They were just sent to me by Dominator, who's had a decent relationship with the map makers. Very nice here from Tensor as well. Just deletes that dozer and that scaffold. And so far so good for Tensor, yeah? He's literally purposely aimed for those oils, neglecting that area with the thought that he's just going to blow the dam. I like it. MiG out for BoYcaH. MiG goes down. Will BoYcaH look to capture this for himself? Artillery used. Gat cannon goes down. BoYcaH does have a red guard here, so could look to capture this actually. I'm liking the bunker Gatling setup. A few crates up here, which Tensor might want to get his hands on. But you see the XP difference. That may change now. MiG's coming in. Good strike with the MiGs from BoYcaH. Nice latency as well, actually. I'm happy with that. We do have 2 Lixes out here. And Tensor keeps his hands on the battleship. And yeah, he can actually use that battleship to not just take out that dozer, but start destroying the supply. I'd really like to see this sealed off, because I think if you seal that off, you've got such a good, as I say, literally like a level 1 arty. Yeah, here he is. He's used it here. A couple of these shots hit that refinery. Interestingly, trucks are taken out. There's a flamer coming in there from BoYcaH as well. Tensor still leading that XP race at the moment, and that is why a lot of MiGs just went down there. No chain guns for either player. I've heard the artillery or the battleship once again. So we'll assume that's being deployed up here, is it? No. We missed where that last volley got used. MiG's coming in again. BoYcaH's tried to set up a bit of a bunker position himself here. The Lix goes down as well. Battleship. Looks like it may have been used here because that supply has now been taken out. And that is definitely annoying for BoYcaH. Not gonna lie. Because you've basically got something with unlimited range that's just pounding away. It's firing once again. We'll try and stick with the shells here. Looking like it's on the bunker. Just deletes the bunker and the tank hunters inside of that as well. Little misclick from Tensor there. Didn't need to move that outpost. Was giving him good vision. And BoYcaH's realised now, let me take that out. It's already done way too much damage. And it does go down. Something I actually missed is whether that battleship gives you XP. I don't know if anyone knows that in the chat. Does anyone know if it gives you XP, the battleship? Be nice to have a answer on that. We do have a delay here, of course, so I'll check chat in a second. Ooh, I don't know if BoYcaH was trying to control fire there, but that's more MiGs going down, and Tensor is getting ever closer to that level 3, which is of course a carpet and an artillery. Still doesn't have the chain guns. He's opted for more of a heavier ground approach, whereas BoYcaH's gone for a heavier MiG approach comboed with a few nuke cannons. And these nuke cannons at range can be deployed and, yeah, take out that gut turret, which they do. MiG's coming in, deal with this little poke from Tensor. Was that enough on there though? Not quite, just about, okay. But a fairly efficient strike from BoYcaH. Those MiGs did get home. And Tensor's actually added in a couple of MiGs of his own now. Realises he needs something to deal with the nuke cannons, and that nuke cannon does go down. BoYcaH picking off the oil. And all those MiGs get away. Has he got the MiG armor? Yes, he has. But that is Tensor now level 3. And he's continuing to push in here. Artillery and carpet has been used. Now, is that going to be on the airfields? Is the question. Decides to go for the war factory. Gets a scaffold kill there. And, wow, nice arty on BoYcaH's supply as well. So BoYcaH's economy is heavily, heavily damaged right now. He's still got these MiGs, which are doing their best, but these overlords march on, and one of the airfields now is under serious threat here. The MiGs, are they getting targeted? One of them is. Decides to just gun down the entire airfield. One ECM going for a lock-on. Is it going to do it? Just barely survives the lock-on there, and yeah, we did say that BoYcaH was going for that more MiG and lighter ground comp, and this double OV push has actually done maybe game-ending damage, really. BoYcaH has finally cleared it up, but the map is looking like it's in Tensor's control right now. BoYcaH has got his own carpet and artillery. Carpet is on this north side supply. Tensor trying to sell that in time, will he? He does. It didn't actually... it wouldn't have actually killed the supply, and a level 1 arty killing a few trucks in the main base. Was a mine drop here from Tensor. And now just a bit of a pure gap push, which, yeah, I mean, it's countering everything BoYcaH's got, which is MiGs and tank hunters. More MiGs going down, and suddenly the air fleet is looking a little bit scarce. There's only 2 MiGs remaining. BoYcaH is on 1 supply with not much left on it. This one is basically mined out. Tensor's mined out here. He's got his trucks back in play there. Both players actually pretty broke, but I just don't think BoYcaH's got enough to even just hold these 2 overlords. He's actually tried to replenish the MiG count. Might take one of these Ovies out, but this overlord should just focus the MiGs. He's not targeting those MiGs individually. BoYcaH now trying to get a Helix out as well. Yeah, imagine if these had come in with the gaps, actually. Yeah, Tensor now realises he's got to commit to one thing or the other here. It's going to be close. Is he going to get that airfield? He does. I actually think that is really, really important for Tensor. Because now all BoYcaH has is a Lix and a couple of MiGs. And Tensor has his own MiGs here and heavily damages that Lix. Carpet on the war factory didn't finish it. I think on the airfield would have been a better target. And we do, of course, have that nuclear missile ready to fire in 30 seconds. Tensor, though, doesn't have much. I mean, this is actually a very good game already. And BoYcaH says Battleship gave 0 XP. There you have it. Hola, Rengo. And hello, Virios, as well. No black napalm for Tensor, but if he uses these MiGs efficiently, it can pick off BoYcaH's sort of last units. Carpet, where is that going? Oh, he was going for the reactors. Didn't manage to stop the nuke firing in time. Tensor's still online anyway, and that has got the supply only. Didn't finish the airfield. But Tensor not realising there about that bug with the nuke, whereby for whatever reason doesn't kill an airfield. One MiG just got picked off. Do either player have any hackers? Nope. Tensor probably ought to sell one of these, really, since that's a juicy carpet strike. And yeah, when you're broke, why have that many production facilities? Lift Truck says first time he was playing Fargo on this map, he captured the battleship, was killing his oils, and he was like, what the fuck? This, I'm so unlucky, this battleship was only hitting my oil and supplies are not yours. Hashtag Fargo things. MiGs come in and get rid of that airfield, but BoYcaH has remade his airfield and is going for a last attempt with a Helix and a Helix Flamer drop. But there are a lot of gaps scattered around, and Tensor should be aware of this, really. He's using his artillery. That will take out the war factory, so should have spotted those Helixes, I would have thought. Tensor pooling his gats together. MiGs are getting back up in the air. And yeah, this supply about to mine out. So actually, not really a map with many supplies on it. MiGs with a bit of a misfire. Both Helixes go down, but it's not going to matter. BoYcaH is going to lose game 1 here. He will get the map choice as we go into the second game, but a very interesting performance and good performance there from tensorgg. And I said that at the start, that Tensor, in everything he's played in, has been a little bit of a dark horse. So can't count him out, that is for sure. And he started very positively here. You guys might remember in the Twilight Flame Air Tournament that I played with Jimmy and Tensor. And, oh dear, BoYcaH not happy already. Yeah, and Tensor said he was from Sweden or Iceland, Scandinavia. And said he used to play a lot of StarCraft 2, so has quite high APM, likes a bit of macro, and maybe this 20k format is going to suit him. Maybe. BoYcaH going for Damned Scorpion, which is a very pretty remake of Sand Scorpion, but green in terrain and has, of course, a couple of dams. And so once in and out. 84% of you said BoYcaH was going to win the set. And he still might. You still might be right about that. Laser for BoYcaH. Nuke, I think it was, for Tensor. Yeah, I mean, in normal circumstances, it's an easy win for Laser, isn't it? But does 20k change the balance that much? Because you can go for a bit of an oil boom with the nuke on this map, you can put on some pressure, and you can basically fast tech. So you get then a bit of a OV blob. Could be interesting. Tensor is ready. In normal circumstances, so if we're thinking World Series and you're 1-0 up, this is the sort of matchup you'd want, because in 0-hour community terms, this is classed as a 1-1 matchup in, as I say, the 10k format, meaning Laser, statistically, or any USA really, is more likely to win. So if you get those sort of matchups, all you need, of course, is to be, in this sense, first to 4 wins. If you get 3-1-1 matchups, then you're through to the next round if you've got that 1-0 lead. But we shall see. We shall see what changes here. We start with BoYcaH. He is with that USA Laser in the red. And in the top left, in the blue this time, it's not really selecting a colour, is tensorgg with the China nuke. 4 dozers again. 1, 2, 3, 4 dozers again from both players. Some indecision here. So this is actually one thing I really like about this tournament. Not just the fact that it's new maps and a good sign-up and amazing sponsorship, good lineup. It is the fact that in this format, the builds aren't figured out as much, right? So everybody, to some extent, is freestyling, finding out what is most efficient. How many production facilities to start with? Do you go for a different composition because you've got that more cash? It's all quite interesting. BoYcaH going for a bit of a laser camp here. And so going for a bit of a infantry poke with an airfield as well. So, accidentally, this build from BoYcaH has sort of half countered what Tensor's doing, because the laser turrets can pretty much deal with the troop callers. And I think the idea when you're going for this sort of spam from several areas is, as China, you can just attack move a troop caller and let it do its thing, whereas as the USA you have to micromanage your units a little bit, so you can go for that sort of overwhelm approach. But yeah, these laser turrets are actually working out quite nicely, meaning BoYcaH can actually just focus on his micro in the middle of the map. And I think BoYcaH at his best, micro is definitely one of his standout features. What is going on here? What is going on there? Got Fargo in that building right there. What is he doing? I just want to see what this guy's doing here. That's literally Fargo. Pressure has stopped from Tensor for now, and that prop is pretty late. But he has got a decent amount of map control, and BoYcaH didn't actually get a second supply here, so went incredibly defensive, and his economy is not that good. So he's looking to get something done here. Gatlick's coming in. Bit of indecision on the targeting there, and only one MD went down. Whizbug says, is there not a playoff match? Well, arguably the game 1 is the playoff match, isn't it? When it's a mirror. And I think it's a fair way to do that, although you may say there's less hype, because if you, for example, did the decider at the end and said player on top of the bracket picks, the problem is some players would get the on top of the bracket pick more than others. So throughout the tournament, I think that is less fair, whereas this way, when you do loser picks the next map, I think it's more fair. Nice deny on the prop there from BoYcaH. I think that's really, really important. And so far, pretty good micro as well. Killed the Gatlicks. Picked off a lot of units. Is starting to get surrounded here now, though. The Ambo goes down. He's going to run into a bunker. One Toby goes down. Heard of Burton. But BoYcaH starting to chip away at Tensor here. And he's got 2 oils himself. And those Vs did a lot of damage. Prop has been restarted. Tensor's been freely mining, actually, on this island. One change in this map is you've got some crates on the right side as well. And more land, obviously. Bit of a V-blob here for BoYcaH. Prop has now finished, though. So we might not start to see some ECMs, some Overlords. Ooh, that is a very full bunker. Wow. That is a very full bunker. BoYcaH's looking to try and engage it. And Tensor wasn't targeting there. Yeah, could have picked off another V. Has expanded to the middle, and there are the Overlords. So with upgrades, maybe one Propaganda, one Gatling upgrade on the Overlords, this army can now really start to contest the V-poke. BoYcaH goes for the dodge approach to try and avoid this army and utilise the Humvee mobility. Once again, a very full building though. So BoYcaH can't really push in there, but he is securing a little bit more economy behind this. The Overlords though look like they've trapped these Vs. That's a good pick off from Tensor. And what does BoYcaH have at home? Not a lot. And there is 1, 2, 3, 4 OVs, 3 ECMs, GATs streaming into BoYcaH's base here. This is a very important moment, how this micro and this engagement goes. So far, looking very positive for Tensor. MD's getting picked off. There's a retarget there. Tensor just realizing that this is a moment where he can actually win this game, and he's now on BoYcaH's production. I think tensorgg about to win with the nuke here. BoYcaH looking like he is in a world of trouble, and that production is now camped. There is an A10. It's a good A10, but is it enough? BoYcaH not adding production facilities on the island, and is he going to try and stay in this game? More overlords streaming across the map? No, no way. No way. BoYcaH is going 2-0 down here. But I did say, does 20k change the balance? Would you prefer the nuke here? Maybe nuke will win both ways, we shall see, but before we get to that, you definitely take tensorgg's position. A 2-0 lead going into game 3 where you are the laser against a nuke, but there is no way here. There is a Burton trying to get something done. It has forced a sell on the propaganda. May well force a sell on the war factory as well. But now it's literally a case of getting an outpost ready for that. BoYcaH on 1 supply and 2 oils, trying to re-establish himself here. Got some... Are they both idle trucks there? Yep. 2 idle trucks there. tensorgg's not realised that. Carpet has been deployed on that oil. And maybe tensorgg not realising BoYcaH's in the south side here. Burton, has Burton been found is the question. Not seeing a Burton at the moment. Maybe got found. Yeah, maybe got found. There's a Lotus as well. And tensorgg's changed his mind. tensorgg sending a Lotus to actually capture this oil. And this position has now very much been spotted. BoYcaH making a last stand on what we know as the island on Sandscorp. But he's going to micro his heart out here. One thing that could be in his favour is that A10 has been on cooldown for a while. Needs a jackpot hit here because he did, of course, reset the propaganda. And tensorgg having a little pathing issue here. 4 of his gats splitting off from his main army. Do we have an A10? Is the question. tensorgg pushing in. Army hasn't stopped yet. This is the moment where you think to yourself, right, I'll deploy the A10. Probably isn't ready yet though. BoYcaH praying that that cooldown finishes, but once again the problem is, yeah, he's lost his army, clearly too far off, and tensorgg GG takes a 2-0 lead. Jojo says no 12k special. I have hit 12k, yep. I think the next one will probably do 15k. And we'll make that a substantial event, for sure. But yeah, that 12k appeared pretty quickly, actually. Now, tensorgg is halfway there. Round 1s are only a best of 7. You never know, or we didn't know when hosting this, whether 20k would significantly increase the duration of the games. So opted on the side of caution with slightly smaller sets. We do have best of 11s, of course, in the final. And I think best of 9s in round 2s and 3s. But yeah, we see the reverse, where we now have BoYcaH in the top left of Damned Scorpion with the China nuke. And in the bottom right, it is tensorgg with the USA laser. So yeah, these dams, there's one there and one here, although you can see it better from that angle. Now they can be destroyed, hence the little green bar there as you hover over it. And that would flood definitely in this area and this area. Not sure whether it actually extends through the middle or not, but it definitely is going to flood those corner positions. So that could have been something that the players looked to utilise, as Tensor did in game 1. He utilised the map by capturing that battleship, but yeah, not something they've done on this map so far. BoYcaH going for quite a different approach with the nuke. Both players trying to get a bit of an oil grab here. Tensor with a little bit of a Tensor cat with the laser turrets. But the difference is he actually got a second supply straight away. So I am preferring Tensor's build actually to what BoYcaH did. And the eco boom difference from Tensor is going to be significant, because not only is he on 2 supplies, he's also now on 3 oils. BoYcaH not on any oils at the moment. So right now, this is looking like it's heading to a 3-0, just based on the economy. Strategy Center has been deployed. 2Vs get pretty heavily damaged there, but BoYcaH is getting that middle oil back under his control. Fast expansion here. Is that a bit ambitious? Actually, it's going to work out because the GAT is headbutting this laser turret. Ooh, just survived, just barely. Tensor will get into that building there. Propaganda is up for BoYcaH. So that's what I mean about the nuke. You know, you can actually put on a bit of pressure spam, and you've all of a sudden you've still got overlords. So Tensor does have a V on the case, and he's garrisoning these buildings. So I mean, Tensor to me is just looking. He's just looking better at the moment. His choices, his strategies, the way he's utilised the maps. A little bit of a mistake here though, heading into a bunker. BoYcaH meanwhile clears that laser turret. And 1v does go down there. BoYcaH now... That's a scary army. That is definitely a scary army. And this could easily enter into a bit of a base trade situation here, because I don't think Tensor has enough to actually meet that army head on. And in fact, he's struggling now trying to clear those bunkers. Microwave tanks being built. Okay. This is a good timing push from BoYcaH here. Micro needs to be on point. He's controlling his ECMs well so far. Nice positioning on that GAT. Picking off a few MDs. Laser tank gets deleted. MD's looking to get a little bit of a surround. BoYcaH needs to be doing stuff behind this. He is. Overlords turning round, trying to take an engage here. Retarget of the laser lock. The ECM micro still very good. These overlords though, but 2 go down. Yeah. Tensor holding for now, but BoYcaH has claimed this position, and under that pressure, Tensor did not sell his barracks or supply here. BoYcaH not paying attention to that Overlord. Does just in time turn it round, but the laser turret, or tank, sorry, picks that off. BoYcaH actually made a Chinook here, but the MDs can kind of deny that mining. MDs, are they being used? Nope, not paying attention. Oh, that's a big mistake from BoYcaH. Where is he looking? Where is BoYcaH looking? Those MDs, that army blob there, could have killed all of those Vs. Maybe he was getting this Gat in position here. Yeah. Tensor putting on a bit of harassment on that supply as well. Transitioned more into a bit of a laser tank blob. But here comes wave 2 for BoYcaH. And Lotus is out for BoYcaH as well. Might look to do a little bit of cash hack here. Tensor once again looking to mount a defense. He actually manually targeted an ECM there. Good switch on the MDs. Trying to get rid of those ECMs. But actually fails. So didn't fight with his tanks. That could have made a difference. The tanks could perhaps target the ECM. ECM slightly out of position there, and an Overlord does go down. Hence it is level 3 after that. Another Overlord goes down. Is BoYcaH cash hacking? BoYcaH's definitely floating, so he may well be. Tensor trying to get his oil back here. BoYcaH's actually got one Chinook there, which maybe Tensor doesn't realise. Gives him good vision of the whole area. Carpet. Where is that carpet going? On the Strat by the look of it. Where is the Arty going? Maybe the War Factory. We shall see. Yeah, that's a good target. And what was that went down? Yeah, Strat has been reset. And power is actually off right now. And there's wave 3 for BoYcaH, yeah. So nuke wins both ways, who knew? A10 does take out one of the oils. But that's what I mean, in normal circumstances, laser versus nuke is basically a free win. But you had 10k more, nuke is actually putting up a good fight. Tensor's not out of it just yet. He's trying to regroup. He's back online. Got himself one oil long distance mine in here. Sneaking around with that MD. To try and deny some of these trucks. And BoYcaH hasn't expanded, but he does have a nuke. And he will be looking to get nuke mix. Tensor trying to take out the middle oil position here. But yeah, I don't think it's going to matter. Look at that Overlord army. I think that alone is going to be enough to close out this game for BoYcaH. Laser lock's coming in. Did pick off an ECM. Reinforcements streaming in for BoYcaH as well. He has been on point with the ECM micro. That is GG, and that is BoYcaH on the scoreboard. With nuke winning both ways. Discuss. There's the economy difference, but that is something you do not normally see in this matchup. So normally you would see it the other way round with the USA or the laser being king in that kill-death ratio. But here we are seeing the nuke on top. Wow, Tensor knows what he wants to pick. Arctic Arena. Let me just check. Why have I got so many different versions here? What have I put in the topic? I have put version 8. Okay. Hello Dark9. Hello Absolute Wisdom. Welcome, welcome. Ooh! A nuke mirror. Sick. Like a nuke mirror. Like it, like it. And this will be reversed. Mirrors are reversed before anybody changes the rules mid-tournament. Okay, here we go. We'll show you around the map in a second. This one is not as... Excuse me. This one is not as brand new as some of the other maps. Arctic Arena by Dominate and TK Leo. So a lot of you guys won't have seen it as much, but it's not brand new. But we'll introduce the player positions. You got tensorgg in the north left, or the northwest position with the blue China nuke. BoYcaH across from him in the south, in the red with the China nuke. So let's have a little look what we got going on here. We got 2 supplies with some crates for the optional 3rd supply. 1 refinery in the base and an oil in the base. Oils total are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 if I haven't missed any. So these oils are mirrored, 1, 2, these oils are mirrored, 3, 4, those oils are mirrored, 5 with the extra 1 in the middle, yeah. So there's your 11 oils. 2 war factories for BoYcaH, 2 war factories for Tensor, but 2 barracks from Tensor as well. Looking to garrison some buildings here. BoYcaH going straight through a bit of an oil boom. I think I'm preferring BoYcaH's build so far, but actually Tensor's done it another way. He's gone troop crawler, and he's just upgraded the capture building upgrade from his home barracks, and he'll just rally out the red guard from the troop crawler. Flamer for BoYcaH though, we'll counter it. BoYcaH, nice bunker there, and faster on the oil grab so far. Prop has been dropped. This flamer needed 1 more shot, 1 more tank hunter volley. Let's get it. BoYcaH now adding an airfield as well. Tensor's got the left oil, BoYcaH's got the right oil. Either player has the mid oil, but Tensor might get in that bunker he does, and that's a good position for a bunker. May be able to get his gats over here to deny this in time. Pretty sure he will. Bunker over here as well. So actually it's evening out. Difference is though the tech timing. BoYcaH's prop has finished and the nuke has been started, whereas for Tensor the prop is only at 50%, but Tensor is putting on a bit of economy harassment here. Seems very desperate to get the dozers, but definitely hard to hunt players in this format. Overlord out for BoYcaH. Prop has now finished. Tensor not throwing down a nuke. Whereas clearly BoYcaH is going for the nuke MiGs. He's already making MiGs. So BoYcaH at the moment has no intention of crossing the halfway line. He wants to get those MiGs up, trade efficiently. Tensor now might want to think about pushing. He's made a lot of Battle Masters. And he does get himself an extra oil. And he's going to need to start chipping away at BoYcaH's economy, with himself being behind on the tech here. And he has no intention of dropping a nuke. Tensor is going to try and just ram his way through, but that is what happens when you go ground army only. And is that going to change Tensor's thought here? Is he going to drop his own nuke? Or does he feel that once you're behind in the nuke, that it's not a path to go down? Hello YouTuber man for the super chat. Appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Shukran habibi. And he says salam. 1, 2 overlords for BoYcaH, 4 for Tensor, but big support. And the overlords have a little dance. BoYcaH not microing his ground army though, and Tensor's picked off one of BoYcaH's oils. Good bunker for BoYcaH there. And we now see some ECMs coming in for BoYcaH, who's almost doing a bit of a tank composition here with the ECM plus air combination. Tensor's push continues. Has now decided to drop his own nuke, so maybe just wanted to get himself economically ahead first. Lix is coming in. And this could be a very nice clear up for BoYcaH. It is a very nice clear up for BoYcaH. MiGs targeting those gaps. And then the Helix cleaning the Overlords. Bit of a gap bug going on there. No chain guns for Tensor. What's ticking? This truck is ticking. And BoYcaH's actually level 3. Tensor not quite there yet. Is he going to get it if he kills that truck? Yes, he is. That is level 3 for Tensor, who is 2 oils to the good right now, and has done a cheeky little expansion to one of the supplies on BoYcaH's side of the map. That carpet was delicious. Oil and a lot of gats went down. But Tensor has actually been cheeky with a Lotus there. Did capture an airfield. I don't know if any MiGs were on that. Maybe there were a couple. And carpet is going to come in here. Oh, has BoYcaH got air patrol on? No. That could have been fatal, actually. If his MiGs had fired at that. 2 nukes in play for BoYcaH. So almost looking like a bit of a nuke mirror on or a rampage at the moment, actually. There is more blue than red on the map at the moment, though. 4 MiGs circling. They could get a big hit on the Gats here. There is a little bit of a split, and that split does very good actually. Kills all the MiGs, but the Helix here picks off those flanking overlords, and looks like it's going to try and commit to kill these overlords as well. It does, so that is a good win for BoYcaH there. And what happened here? Did BoYcaH... Yes, he did. BoYcaH cancelled or made Tensor sell his nuke, but not in time for Tensor to actually get the nuke MiG upgrade. So interesting stuff here. BoYcaH, of course, can use his nukes to level out the oil situation, but still looking good for Tensor. BoYcaH now committing a little bit more to the ground army. Doesn't believe in subliminal messaging, but these can literally, yeah, just be shot at by MiGs. And that is one overlord instantly going down. Second one goes down to this bunker. Tensor does like to fill his bunkers, doesn't he? That's a second overlord going down there. And a bit of a counterpoke from Tensor. So he seems quite happy to do this counterpoke. You may just see BoYcaH nuke this army. MiG is picked off. 2 more MiGs coming in. Targeting the... Oof. Oh no. Oh, it's a Queen Muff carpet. Oh my word. Absolute chaos here. Where did that nuke go? Where did that nuke go? Good target for the nuke actually. Prop and oil. I forgot how to zoom out. Which one is it? Not that one. Oh, there we go. That one. Sorry for the camera spinning. Oh, that's cheeky. BoYcaH held his nerve. YouTuber man with another super chat. Thank you, thank you. MiGs coming in on the left side. A lot going on here. Carpet gonna own the airfield and the barracks. BoYcaH still has 3 oils though. And Tensor could be microing better here. Not gonna lie. That radiation, yeah, kills the Lotus. And these 3 overlords of BoYcaH seem to have almost taken a better engage against Tensor's 5. Seems a little bit of a micro boo-boo going on there. EMP comes in as well. That is a nice EMP. Where are Tensor's MiGs? Tensor's MiGs are back at home. Still 1, 2, 3, 4 oils in play for Tensor, and mid supplies as well, of course. So he's definitely got the economic lead. BoYcaH is 5-star. So it shows you he has been taking better engagements. But is it going to matter? In come the MiGs. Wow. Chaos. Artillery did take out this oil as well. And Tensor adding a couple of helixes of his own. It seems to be really struggling with BoYcaH's 3 overlords. And these are actually Vet 2, both of these. Tensor could just literally click there, guarantee the Gat kill, and then come in. Wow, yeah, come in with the helixes, and that should clear all of that up. Okay, counter MiGs dealt with the helixes. He didn't split them there. BoYcaH's walked into some mines. No upgrade on that Helix. Yeah, another mistake. MiGs again for Tensor. And that is a bit of a misclick. Did kill that one now. Tensor will get his level 5 here. 2 more MiGs being taken out. Carpet, is this defensive? It is. Wow, Tensor getting one of BoYcaH's oils here as well. BoYcaH in a lot of trouble, because if he loses this, Tensor will be 1 win away from knocking BoYcaH out of this tournament. That is a nice strike. BoYcaH holding on at the moment. Artillery coming in for Tensor. Thinks twice against committing to that capture. Worried about the artillery platform. Oh, BoYcaH just guard moding there. Hitting the Tensor oil. Another nuke got launched. And I think that was one of the airfields, wasn't it? Looked like one of the airfields. Chaotic game here, though. Oh! That EMP of Tensor there actually got BoYcaH's bunker licks. BoYcaH cannot afford to be losing anything right now. Yeah, BoYcaH GG's. Wow, Tensor is 1 away, and there's the economy difference for you. So it was looking good for BoYcaH. He was equal on economy. He was faster on the tech. He was faster on the nuke MiGs, but Tensor just went for that almost bull approach of take the map control and got that economic advantage. And it didn't matter. It didn't matter that BoYcaH was ahead in the XP. And he now goes 1 away. BoYcaH taking a minute there, maybe just to compose himself. Needs a big performance now in this game to remain in the tournament. He's in the north with the China nuke in the red. And down in the south, in the purple, it is Tensor with China nuke as well. Very good set earlier today between SPL and Apex. Won't spoiler that, but it was streamed on Alfie Ace's channel. And yeah, we'll just say it was a very, very good set. 1, 2, 3, 4 dozers. 1, 2, 3, 4 dozers. Two supplies, 2 war factories for Tensor. And very similar again, adds 2 barracks to get a little bit of map control. And BoYcaH looking to get a couple of bunkers of his own, and only does the 1 war factory himself. Is Tensor going to do the same? Yes, he is. So you get the cap from there. Get a troop crawler. That gives you what? 8 red guards. Plenty of oils and things to capture on this map. And off you go. BoYcaH though with an early sneaky flamer, and I like that. BoYcaH with a slight mix up there. But he actually rotates around to here. I mean, he still might get this oil, but if he'd have gone to the bottom left, could he have potentially got 2 oils and remained hidden for that little bit longer? I think still good though. Gets a GAT, gets an oil. So if he holds onto everything else, BoYcaH is ahead here. Another good bunker position. Expanding faster as well. Continuing to add bunkers. And now starting the prop. Prop timing pretty similar this time. AFK flamer from BoYcaH there. Yeah, and he's forgotten about that. This oil hasn't been captured. Lucas said, wow, Tensor changed his playstyle from immediate aggressive to bunker and then put the pressure on opponent. I like it. Well, what he did there, he realised that if you just sit there on the same economy as your opponent, when your opponent is ahead in tech, and what I mean by tech is the prop, and then of course the nuke and the nuke MiGs, you're likely going to lose. So what he did very well, and also very quickly, he didn't hesitate with his decision. He put that pressure on BoYcaH to get more of the map and to kill some of BoYcaH's oils, and once you've done that, then you can actually sit back a little bit more. So in a way, it's, as I say, a little bit like how Oil Rampage can be played, where you try and pick off an oil or two at the start, and then you go into the Kampong mode. But yeah, that's what he did. Now somehow, between me explaining that, BoYcaH's gone from looking like he was in a good position to losing a lot of the map again. Tensor's managed to get that left side oil. Neither player's really floating, but that's because BoYcaH's main army is on this right side, but he's got to deal with what's streaming through the middle here, which is a lot of units. BoYcaH has a few on the left side as well. Tensor splitting off some battle masters to try and get into the supply lines, but the tank hunter's putting in the work here. And Tensor in danger of getting a little bit surrounded, but he's taken a really good engagement here because BoYcaH's not quite timed that surround, and he's ending up just losing units one by one. BoYcaH is faster with the nuke again, but is it going to matter? Because Tensor is creeping forward here. Do we have any anti-air? Not a lot. BoYcaH going to try and do the same trick. Nuke MiGs to kill the GAT. Helix to come in and clear the rest. And yeah, no nuke even started by Tensor, so BoYcaH is going to need those nuke MiGs to put in a lot of work. And that's nicely done from BoYcaH. Use the Overlord there purely to kill that one GAT. And gets himself an Overlord kill or two there. Tensor's Lotus literally in BoYcaH's face there. BoYcaH should pick that off. He does. Both players fairly even on XP. Carpet comes in on the bunkers here. And we do now see a Gatov in play. Nuke MiGs not being used just yet. They are now. And BoYcaH holding for now. Tensor with a 1. No, I think the oils are level, are they? Yeah, I think no. BoYcaH still with a 1 oil lead actually. And no sign of a nuke. And BoYcaH's gone in with a cheeky Lotus here. RT and Carpet going to get an airfield and an oil. Ooh, no cell. So that is Tensor with no CC, but he does have a couple of dozers out, but that's panicked him a little bit, and he's actually now rallying units to their death here. Tensor has captured that oil back on the left. RT interestingly going for the airfield. That was only a level 1 RT. Why not go for the prop? I think that's a major mistake from BoYcaH there. Now he's running into the worst funnel ever. BoYcaH. What is that? Like, BoYcaH literally with a level 1 RT there and the nuke MiG advantage kinda has this game won. But throwing your army away is a good way to let Tensor back into it. He's forgotten to upgrade that helix. Okay, he's got a prop on it now. And manages to pick off 2... Wow, 2 helixes and 2 overlords there. Very nicely done. Hello, Al Wood. ExCaL says, does Tensor want an exhibition match? Can ask him, but I kind of want to play a bit myself. Like, something team related. People are around. That will go and have a lie down. Getting old. Gonna message someone about potential 50k TF after this. Do a little bit of project management for me. BoYcaH getting that oil back. Carpet deployed on the bunkers. 2 more helixes for Tensor. And that's nice from BoYcaH actually. He's floating a lot of cash. But he's just doing a little cash hack there unnoticed. And that's the thing with 20k on these bigger maps. There's a lot going on. That's going to be nice. Whoa. That made me dizzy looking at that. Yeah, BoYcaH keeps himself in the tournament so far. Cash hack as well. Level 2 from BoYcaH, who is now level 5. But where is his anti-air? Carpet. Helix is coming in. 5 overlords there with no anti-air. That is expensive losses. Nuke MiGs do kill the bunker licks though. And BoYcaH does pick off that supply. I think that Lotus did go down in the end. Tensor only now has his own nuke. Nice EMP. BoYcaH not paying attention here, flying his helixes straight into a gat and a bunker. And the gat will finish that off. Yeah, BoYcaH's been a lot more methodical this game, focusing more on Tensor's economy. I think there's been a few suspect engagements. Whoa! That bounced a long way. That's a nice EMP from Tensor though. What does he actually have on the ground though to actually inflict some damage? Not a lot. Looking pretty desolate here. The two Lotuses side by side. BoYcaH picks off Tensor's. And... Boy, there she goes. And fell the other side of the airfield. Is BoYcaH going with that Overlord? Tensor GG's and Tensor GG's, and BoYcaH brings it back to 3-2. And it will be BoYcaH's map. Definitely more solid from BoYcaH that game. Tweaked his build a little bit, reacted to what Tensor did. And there is some 50k TF going on after this one, so we'll head over to that. You're welcome to join that as well, BoYcaH. And BoYcaH goes for Yota Nation. Now this map he's played quite a bit of because there was this top 6 Yota Nation event between me... Was Vivid in that? It was me, BoYcaH, Tumstep was definitely in that. I think Logica was in that. How many is that? 4. Have I said size? And BoYcaH was definitely in that. I don't think Fargo was in that. How many was that? Because it was top 6. So me, BoYcaH, that's 2. Size, Tumstep, Logica, that's 5. Trying to think, did Vivid play in that? Was Vivid the 6th, or am I going nuts? No, it was BoYcaH. Yeah, I'm being stupid. So me, BoYcaH, Size, Tumstep, Logica, BoYcaH. That was the 6th. So Vivid didn't play that. That was a quick talk. Jesus. Did he wash his hands? Yeah, and that was like 4 maps by the Yota group. And Yota Nation Arena was in that. And I think personally it was my favourite one of the 4 of the maps. I think this is a very nice map actually. And yeah, included it in this map pool. Okay. Well, I think BoYcaH cannot complain about the matchup in stealth. How much is that balance changed in 20k? I think it's definitely winnable both ways, which is what he was banking on, a matchup that you can win both ways. Mohammed Manwa says, what's Boyd doing? What the hell Boyd doing, man? McCoy says, how's the ExCaL Junior? Yeah, all so far so good, but ExCaL Junior's not here yet. There's still a few months off that. Okay, let's go. So, to win the set, if he wins this game in the north, in the purple, it is tensorgg with the purple GLA stealth. Just shortened his name to tensorgg. It was tensorgg, that's what I've got on the scoreboard. And down in the south, it is BoYcaH in the red with the China imp. Papa said, imp is insanely strong against stealth if no power given. Yeah, I mean, I think something can be done both ways here, that is for sure. 2 arms dealers, 2 barracks, 3 supplies for tensorgg. BoYcaH rallying some units out. And getting a pretty early and good bunkers position, I would say, here. And been a bit of a dodgy rally from tensorgg here. He's got some terrorists gone up here. Has one there. Oh, that bug's out. Oh dear. Not the best start for tensorgg this. And you can tell BoYcaH feels a little bit more comfortable on this map. Clearly knew he wanted to get map control on the left. That terrorist does get a good connection. Minigunner will deny this one. Very good setup over here for BoYcaH. Significant part of the map, I think, this. You've got a repair bay, 2 oils, a few crates. A well-positioned bunker there. And, yeah, BoYcaH being rather liberal with those bunkers. Flamer coming in. Getting some good tunnel damage, and we'll pick off that oil. We'll pick off the tunnel too with the outposts. tensorgg only just starting that palace. Nice little sneaky Tox tractor down the right side here, and tensorgg also looking to get that oil, and taking that will be annoying for BoYcaH. No flamer nearby at the moment. Extra bunker being added, so that is not going to be broken anytime soon. The tensorgg has found one pathway to put on a bit of pressure. He's also hit that Tox tractor hotkey, whatever it is, a few too many times. Literally he made 5 of them, wow. Flamer out for BoYcaH. Radar van is on the warpath as well. And that's an important clearance with that flamer. A lot of losses on both sides here, actually. BoYcaH not evacuating that outpost. Maybe was focusing on this left-hand side. Palace is now up. And Super Lotus is out as well. San says, do you think people will switch to 20k after this and slowly ditch 10k? I mean, 0-hour players are creatures of habit, so I think 10k is going to be the most popular, but as I say, 20k, amazingly, in, what, 20 years has never actually been done, tournament-wise. I think so far, every single set that's been broadcast has looked pretty interesting, so you could definitely see, or I could see a demand for sponsors, tournament hosts, players even, viewers even, requesting to see a little bit more 20k. And if that's the case, then it would change the casual games a little bit, wouldn't it? If all the tournaments were with 20k. But I still think the game under the 10k format is still exceptionally good. So what we're actually getting here is definitely different games, very interesting games, good battles, but not a different game mode. It's not a mod, everything is as we know it. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I like it. BoYcaH not quite paying attention instantly, but he is now. ExCaL is out and does clear all of that up, but BoYcaH is level 3. The Tensor so far has held his ground. BoYcaH though can use general powers to pick off oils, and Tensor is now going to be reduced to the 1 oil only, I think here. No, 2. He has the right side, but BoYcaH himself is on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is quite a significant advantage. This oil heavily damaged, but has not been taken out. Bunker is re-established. Snipes the dozer, but he can't really take that. He's going to try to, though, with this worker. Won't get there in time. And look at that Inferno army. Now, that is a problem for Stealth. Stealth not having Scud launchers, of course. Low Timber out. We do see angry mobs, but BoYcaH is dealing with it with MiGs and the minigun in the back. Oh, ExCaL there, and the Firestorm is devastated actually for these stealth units and these tunnels. Hello, Nemirian. Welcome, welcome. And some making a Scud, but the setup from BoYcaH is hard to break. Like, how do you even attempt to deal with that? Maybe a few buggies, but then you got the MiGs, of course, but you need to do some in and out. Looks like he's going to try and get a jackpot TT. Angry mob on the left-hand side. This is probably the moment to try and do something. They're a little bit jammed up. You've got a decent surround. He is going in with that tech. Pretty fast laser lock from BoYcaH. Laser lock, what am I talking about? ECM lockdown from BoYcaH. Does get 2 outposts, but not the Infernos. Angry mob is picked off as well. Wow, pops the quads. He's committing here. It's going to be painful, this. Oh, it's very painful. And BoYcaH melting that army. Mojo Jojo. That was funny. Well, buggies are now in play. BoYcaH though getting another oil though, so that is 6 oils. And Tensor is just slowly being pushed back here, but even if he loses this, he will have chance as the imp. That was a better TT. That whittles the army down a bit. There are actually no ECMs here, so the buggies can easily click down the Infernos without the ECM in range. One back here. Cash bounty for Tensor. He's on point with that. BoYcaH, I can hear some hackers. Yeah, he's got a full hacker center behind this BoYcaH. Oh, the Jarman Gel is in danger. Just about gets out the way. Better trades for Tensor now, though. Nope, Jarman not being moved out of danger. That oil should go down. That should be a priority of BoYcaH there. Do have AP bullet quads. And this looks a little bit the wrong way round for me. I'd want to see the buggies hitting the Infernos and the quads zoning out the MiGs and the outposts, really. So there's some MiGs are going down. Super Lotus locking down a quad. On Terrorist is actually been super annoying for BoYcaH here. Tensor gets himself to level 4. Still a long way from level 5 though. If he did get level 5, that's when you sort of see the GLA power with Anthrax and the sneak potential. What is his economy looking like behind this? Not great really, is it? I mean, 2 markets. He's getting a second scud. He has committed an awful lot to army. Let's look at all this from BoYcaH, even here. And this army is massive. Nice little pick off there. MiGs though coming in, and is that carpet? Ooh, oh it is. Delightful from BoYcaH. Very, very nice from BoYcaH there. Comboing with his general powers. And Tensor with mines as well. Trying a GPS TT here. Not doing enough damage. And the red wave continues to push in, and we are going to go to a decider here. And what can BoYcaH do in the reverse? It is his favourite army, the Stealth General. Is Imp stronger? Lift's truck seems to think so. Imp seems overpowered in 20k. Flamers push in. And we are looking at a 3-3 here. No way back from this. Oh, lovely. Yeah. That's what Tensor was waiting for, maybe to get that scud used. But the Lotus as well from BoYcaH levels the score to 3-3. Yeah, so right from the very start, that dozer bunker off here just never ever got broken, did it? I've been sent a clip of myself. What have I said? Quick talk. Jesus. Did he wash his hands? Vivid didn't play that. That was a quick talk. Jesus. Did he wash his hands? Naughty. Oh, BoYcaH. One in a few minutes here. Could be mind games that to unnerve his opponent, calm his thoughts as he goes into the last game. Usually in 10k, you'd think to yourself, well, I feel pretty happy with a GLA stealth, but against Imp in 20k, is it pretty tough? We're about to find out. User says, is this 1v1 only a 2v2 going on? Well, there is a 2v2 tournament going on, which is kind of the polar opposite in, how to say, format, if you like, compared to this, in the sense that it's titled Blast from the Past, so we are doing matchups that were very popular back in the day, and I have to say, it's also still very fun, so you can't knock the old school. Been enjoying that, seeing the air nukes and the 4 nukes and whatever. And alongside that, in parallel, we've got innovation with this first ever 20k 1v1 tournament. A little bit of both. But yeah, if you want chaos, imagine 20k 2v2. If Truck says, Fargo, you lost China Air to me both ways, bye. What was that in? QA says 20k BoYcaH. BoYcaH 2020 in 20... yeah, Mojo's done the joke before me. Speaking of, let me just DM Toby Rama. I'm going to use that one, Mojo. BoYcaH... What was it? 20k. I'm waiting for my... Yeah, I've just sent a little message to Toby Rama. Mark R saying stealth seems very weak in 20k. Oh, BoYcaH's back. Let's just check if Tensor's here. Alright. More Tensor. We knew BoYcaH was back because he clicked accept. Okie dokie. Winner of this goes into round 2 against Dominator. And in the north, we've got BoYcaH with the red GLA stealth. Down in the south, it is Tensor with the turquoise China Imp. Pretty map this, like the trees, like the layout. Had good games in 10k on this. We're seeing good games in 20k on this. And Tensor getting an early barracks here, but BoYcaH with an early worker to this left side. So BoYcaH clearly with a plan on this map, thinking that this area is pretty important. Joseph says, in any case, thanks for the stream and the commentating. You are welcome. I'm enjoying it. You guys are enjoying it. Happy days. And user 1234 wants a 2v2 20k tournament. Would be chaotic, that's for sure. You could actually get, again, a lot of the 50k players in that. Because it's that sort of midway path, isn't it? To your 50k sort of spam, really. Yeah, BoYcaH has prioritized a bit better tunnel map control here and actually killed one of Tensor's dozers on that left-hand side. Tensor, though, throwing down a lot of bunkers. War Factory seems pretty late to me. And that terrorist was picked off. Nice range on that bunker. BoYcaH has garrisoned that left side. Lots and lots of bunkers here. I mean, in the early game, you can't push it, can you? You can't break it as stealth. That's the thing. Do you really want to go into fortified bunkers? It's a bit difficult. Tox Tractor is out, as is a Flamer here. And this looks pretty important. Tensor potentially losing this left side of the map. The flame wall is very good, and it actually killed the Tox Tractor as well. And the bunker is actually garrisoned by Tensor now. I think that is a very, very big moment in this game already. BoYcaH would have had an early kick from that position by taking this and clearing that bunker. Would have been good for him, but Tensor still got a little bit of a stranglehold on that now with the bunker. There is a couple of quads pushing down the left. The Flamer's not quite positioned right, and BoYcaH's not paying attention. He could have lost both quads there. But the imp spam is starting. Hijacker out here for BoYcaH. And if he gets that Flamer, nope, he goes for the dozer. Power and CC. And Tensor, is he going to lose this oil? Going to be close. Tank Hunter is picked off. It survives. That's also important. All the action is on this left side at the moment. BoYcaH engaging this bunker position. Is he going to just gun that down? Yes, he is. But this fortified bunker is getting exceptionally loaded, and BoYcaH losing a lot of units. Bunker established on the left side as well. Tox Tractor just survives. And BoYcaH is now on his palace. Ooh, another Gozer goes down. He didn't repair that, actually. Surprisingly. Are we going to see a pop here from BoYcaH? Yes, we are. Flamer comes in. Outpost is loaded up. Oh, that's a miscontrol there from Tensor. Big miscontrol. Does just about evac in time. And he's getting ever closer to level 3. BoYcaH, though, hasn't taken that oil. He's going to try and get the right side one. That is a mistake. He's forgotten about that. ExCaL is out. And the prop started. 2 AFK outposts there. Angry Mob is out. Oh, ExCaL went down there. Angry Mob just about taken out. Flamer is retaken, and Tensor might just decide to get rid of that oil now. Yep. So he's gone out of that bunker there. Gone back in it. It's because there's some self-damage, I think, or it's the position is actually hidden a bit of the terrain here, but I still think you're better off in the bunker than out of it. Second war factory now finally being added. And this bunker is now clear. Still hasn't repaired that oil. And BoYcaH, what is he doing behind this? Nothing at the moment. It's just pure engagements from both players at the moment. Quad spam, angry mob spam. No unload on that. ExCaL is back out. RT and carpet being used. Carpet kills another oil. And the RT kills a few workers. ECMs are now being added. Tensor starting to push BoYcaH back here. Oh, BoYcaH hesitating a little bit, thinking about a pop. Didn't go for it. But is an ECM to back this blob up now. Several ECMs in play to back this army up. And Tensor gets himself a nice lot of XP there. Barracks goes down as well. The mob is actually going to make this army retreat. And there's no airfield for Tensor. So what is his answer to mobs at the moment? Flamers and minigunners. The minigunners do deal with it. ExCaL has been spotted. Let's get back in the outpost. Tunnel killed. Ooh, denies that rebel as well. It's a good micro from Tensor. A lot of losses on both sides. ExCaL has to run back. But has he gone back too far? Because this Lotus is now capturing this oil. Yeah, he's got the oil. Jarman has been popped. And Tensor is really committing here. Wants to kick BoYcaH off this left side. BoYcaH's forced to sell another supply. The assault continues. Another dozer being rallied to its death here. Airfield going to be added shortly. Didn't get the refinery this time, Tensor. Actually makes a difference with the amount of war factories he's spamming off. Pretty good micro. And carpet will get a quad. And it gets a tunnel. You're going to recapture that flamer. I mean, Tensor's almost level 5, the amount of units he's been taking out of BoYcaH here. Waves and waves of imp. This mob nearly depleted. Yep, one remains. They do self-spawn, of course. The mob goes down. Ooh, not the best pop here. Two quads are going down. Flamer's still just left. ExCaL can pick off those minigunners. Ooh, we've got to be careful though. Oh wow, Jarman goes down. That was a Vet 3 Jarman. BoYcaH is in a little bit of trouble here. Has spammed a few markets behind this though. Whereas Tensor is running out of economy and doesn't have any hackers, but he does have three oils still. Probably we want to look to get control of this right side position as well. Decides to just try and kill this oil. Would he look to capture this one? Yeah, he's looking to capture these oils. ExCaL back out. not much left to fight over here, just a few crates. So actually, I think this is a priority side. You got some crates here. Jarman Kelly's picked. Ooh, terrorists not being focused on. Tensor can actually capture 2 oils here. It's a very good game. He's beaconed the Scud. Another quad pop from BoYcaH. Does have all the upgrades. Those little TNT men not getting the contacts that are needed. But an oil is picked off here. That is level 5 from Tensor. Those mobs putting in a lot of work. And the minigunners do pick off those mobs. Mine drop in front of the arms dealer. That looks like a BoYcaH TNT. There's a lot of infernos here, but he blocks himself. Oh, that was a bit of a comedies of error there. Oh, outpost going down as well. BoYcaH quickly killing that with his quads. Yeah, and no hackers, so Tensor is relying on breaking BoYcaH here. The question is, will he run out of steam? And he might. Well, EMP, carpet, and artillery kills the Jarman, kills the palace, kills the reactor. And now BoYcaH is under a little bit of threat from these infernos. There is a bit of a quad poke on the left-hand side. And BoYcaH trying to get a TT hit here. And Tensor struggling a bit with his composition, actually. If he'd have had some ECMs and outposts with minigunners with this, that was actually a game-winning blob there. Retreating back to these outposts here. And the push is going to continue in a second. These 2 quads looking to try and find something down the left. These idle trucks could be clicked here or potentially here. Tensor decides to sell that. There's not a lot of eco left there anyway. Oh, BoYcaH not paying attention to his next TT there, and still lacking an ECM with this army, but this is what you need really to be having to deal with stealth. But I think might be feeling the pressure a little bit, Tensor. It's a tense situation. This BoYcaH is level 5, so he can just Anthrax this. Yeah, and sneak in the base. Anthrax dealing with the army there, and Tensor says GG's. BoYcaH takes it 4 games to 3. It was a very nice comeback from BoYcaH. A very nice set overall. Tensor might kick himself with some of the decisions in that final game, but BoYcaH held the line, did a good counter-attack, and managed to close it out. Might try and see if I can get an interview with the BoYcaH, actually. So we'll ask BoYcaH what he thinks about 20k, the format, the maps, and the set overall. Obviously, we enjoyed it. Whether he enjoyed it being that close. Oh, he said would do interview but got to go. Sorry, fair enough. Alright, but he did see my message at least. Yep, GG's well played. Alrighty. Nicely done that. Very, very nice set. So when BoYcaH uploads, I'll tell him to do that. I'll update the bracket. And as I mentioned before, we might as well go and have a little look at the bracket. BoYcaH is now going into round 2. Let's just have a look at this. Against Dominator, which we mentioned earlier. So let's just have a look. Yeah, so BoYcaH's win there sends him into that round there. Within that little sector, you got Hummy, Machiavelli as well. So I think a decent round 3-2. And yeah, whoever sort of gets out of that little quadrant, I think will then find themselves going pretty deep in the tournament. That was a little stack there of experts and good players. So yeah, this is developing nicely, this tournament. Saw a lot of different maps there as well. There's still a few here. There's the full list of them. AK Baloney's actually got his map made, dedicated to him. Same for Entropy. And Crazy Beach as well, I believe, is made for a sponsor. So lots of these maps are for sponsors. So definitely nice to see them getting played. And yeah, a very nice set there. So let's see if hello Toby in the chat, saw that, if anything is happening 50k wise. Lift Truck says, ask BoYcaH how many GGs he says every day. Mark Smith's off. He says, have a good day, you all. Take care, take care. And Netsadal says those were some banger matches. Yeah, I agree. Definitely very enjoyable. For sure. Very, very enjoyable. Yeah, so in that case, guys, I will probably leave it there, actually. Might fire the stream up later if there's some good team games going on. Seems a little bit quiet at the moment. So for now, have a good one. GG's, take care, and see you soon.